make an opening statement, and we'll go ahead and take some questions. Go ahead, Coach.
I mean, that was a tough, hard-fought win. I mean, that's a hard-playing group. I mean, that's what Frank's known for. I mean, he's got those guys playing hard. I mean, they're 5-8, but they've had so many pauses with COVID that it's hard to gauge, exactly like record and stuff because, they went in and beat Florida after Florida got in the top 25. I mean, I respect Coach Martin, how hard he gets his guys to go, and I knew it was going to be a battle. It would have been nice to open it up, but it's not bad to win a close one either. I think we're 3-3 in 2 possession games. Last year we were 4-11. We put a big point of emphasis on learning how to close. I thought we did some dumb things late in the game, but we did enough to win it. And Rojas steps up, goes 4 for 4 at the line late in the game after he'd missed all 3, previous games. So I think he showed a lot of mental toughness. He played hard. I think he ended up winning the blue collar award. But, our 3 seniors, I can't say enough about those 3. I thought Alex Reese played super hard. We'd been starting him. I thought maybe he was a little better off the bench. I thought he came in as soon as Juwan got hurt and gave us everything he got the entire time. He played over 19 minutes, and I can't say enough about Reese's effort. Like, he wants to win. When they went small, we went with Rowe. He's the biggest cheerleader on the bench. Really, really proud of the way Alex Reese played tonight. You look at our offensive boards, we outscored him 19-11 on second chance points. Petty had 4, but Reese had 3 in 19 minutes. He was playing hard. So, and then Herb obviously is still not back to himself, but, he gives us enough that, he's tough. He brings the leadership to it. So those 3 guys were great. Happy with the win. It's good to get tough road wins. Wins are hard to come by in the SEC. So however we got to get them, I think our guys are learning how to win and doing a pretty good job with it.
Thanks, Coach. As a reminder, just use the raise hand function and we'll get a question. We'll start with Michael Casagrande.
Yeah, just wonder what the latest was on Juwan Gary.
You know what? He's got a shoulder injury that's going to get reevaluated when we get back. So disappointing for him. He's from Columbia. We're back in his home city. Shoot, his mom lives 10 minutes from here. Parents there at the game. He was primed to play big minutes and wasn't meant to be. So hopefully it's not out long because he was giving us really good minutes, but we'll see.
Let's go to Scott Griffin next.
Hey, it's another slow start to a game. I know you're pulling your hair out with that. It kind of happened at the first of the year. So I'm sure you're analyzing what you're wearing to pregame, what you're eating, all kind of stuff. And you know how it is on the road. It's different from home. Guys, maybe after pregame meal, go lay in bed. And it's just a hard thing to get started right and figure out how to start games.
Yeah, I didn't think in the past, I thought our effort was a problem. I didn't think our effort was terrible tonight. I told our guys, we'd gotten to the old boards. We just, fumbling the ball around, couldn't get it together on offense. Defensively, they scored off some turnovers, if I remember right. So I told our guys, let's just keep playing hard. It'll even itself out. We're going to hit shots. They're going to, eventually start missing. But, yeah, we've got to fix that. Obviously, we do. I'll say this. They came out, got us down early, and our guys showed a ton of fight. You look at, we talked about trying to win the first 4 and last 4 that first half. We didn't win the first 4, obviously. A bad start again. But the last 4, I think we went on a 10-2 run over about a 3-minute stretch there. We were down 3. Then, we go into the half up 3. So, and they scored a little bit. But, we took a 3-point deficit and turned it into a 5-point lead before I think they had scored at the end. So I don't have the answer on the starts, but I think our effort demanded a victory, and that's what we're telling these guys. Let's make sure we are the hardest playing team, that our effort demands a victory, and we, and then everything will kind of even itself out at that point.
Next question. Let's go to Cecil Hurt next.
Coach, the 20 turnovers obviously are a little bit Concerning it, it seemed a lot of them came off the dribble, trying to get to the basket. Could you sort of pinpoint what was? I mean, I'm sure South Carolina's strong, reaching in there and trying to stop it, but exactly what was going on with that?
Look, I mean, we were trying not to drive the first side of the floor when they're all loaded up. I thought some of them came off that. You know, a couple of those late charges with Cornerly and Shaq, 100% came off those drives on the first side of the floor before the ball had moved, and we had got the defense to move and adjust and loosen up a little bit. You know, we got to quit doing that. But yeah, some of them were just mishandles. I mean, like you know, with Herb, I mean, he ends up with 7 assists. You know, so at least he was making plays, moving the ball. But you know, for him to have 4 turnovers, a lot of them were just mishandles. You know, until he gets back to practicing, you know, he's going to be a little rusty, I think. Like it's hard to just play 2 games a week and be sharp. So, you know, he keeps getting better and better. You know, we got to do more live, or not even if it's not live, more full speed stuff, even when he's not going live, to get him. And then, you know, I mean, you look at the turnovers. JP had 4. He's got to do a better job of handling the ball. He just mishandled some catches. But, you know, those are our seniors. I thought those 2 guys played really hard. They got to take care of the ball better. Quinterly, as a point guard, can't go 1 assist to 3 turnovers. He knows it. I think he's playing better. His attitude's great. I think he's, you know, he hit some huge shots for somebody. He goes 3 or 5 from 3. We don't win the game without him doing that. So, you know, we're working on it. I was trying to get these things down around 10 or 12. They went up. You know, we've been averaging 15, 16, 17 over this 5-game stretch where we haven't played great. So still wasn't one of our better games, but I think we're playing back to where we're playing as hard as we can possibly play.
Steve Bolton.
Coach, congrats on the win. And certainly you mentioned the free throws being so key down the stretch, but I do wonder from an analytics standpoint, South Carolina down by 3 with the ball. Was there a conversation about fouling, or how do you feel about that, Coach?
Yeah, I mean, we had back in the fall, we had an NBA guy that had been in the NBA forever come through and spend 3 days with us. Got a whole end of game package, if you will, for end of game situations. Last year we were 4-11 in 1 or 2 possession games. We're 3-3, which is not where we want to be. We'd like to be 6-0 in these 1 or 2 possession games, but 3-3 is a lot better than 4-11. But one of the things that we actually went through was, you know, when we're up 3 on defense, underneath out, short amount of time, how do we guard it? Well, we chose to play a 5-out zone on the 3-point line and not give up a 3. I mean, Charlie runs our defense. He's like, do you want to do it? I said, yeah. He asked me like 3 times, you sure? You sure? You want to give up a 2? I mean, if you give up a 2 and you can inbound the ball and make a free throw, like, you're winning the game. So, you know, we weren't going to give up a 3. So we had kind of talked through that scenario, and I try to trust what, you know, in the heat of the moment, you try to trust what you talked about when you've got all kinds of time to think about it back in the fall, and it came up. So I think it's good that we went through as many scenarios as we did. We didn't execute as good as we needed to offensively, some late game stuff, and we got to get better on that. And even defensively, we gave up some buckets we shouldn't have. But I thought in that case, you know, I know Coach Martin wasn't very happy with his kids taking the 2. He knew he needed a 3. So, yeah, that was the plan. I mean, it's, you want to call it analytics or whatever, but we kind of studied that exact same scenario back in the fall.
We got 3 more questions in the queue for Coach. We'll finish with these 3, starting with Pete, and I'm hopefully saying this right, Icabelli.
Yeah, that's good. That's certainly I answered anything down here. But Nate, how pleased were you with how the guys handled these past couple of days after the loss to Missouri in coming back and playing hard, not, you know, extending the problems for another game?
Yeah, I was really happy with their effort. You know, I didn't think our effort in the beginning of the Missouri game demanded a win, as evidenced by the score. But I thought for the last 20 minutes, and certainly the last about 13, 14 minutes of that Missouri game, we played as hard as we could possibly play. So I think we took that momentum going in from the Missouri game and used it for used it tonight. And I thought our effort was pretty dang good in the Missouri game.
Yeah, obviously we're doing